to go over a couple problems with you for those of you that are still having difficulty with dividing the decimals. I'm going to take the first one that was on your paper, which was, let's get my pencil going here, which was 6 divided into 0.03 or 300ths. Okay, first of all, you have to divide a decimal number by a whole number, and this is a whole number, so we're good there. The second step is you want to come over to your decimal, slide it up before you start dividing. Put your blanks here so you know you've got the places filled in where they need to be. And remember, as I start dividing, I'm looking at, can 6 go into 0? So I'm going to do it kind of the shortcut way. 6 goes into 0? No. Okay, so it doesn't work there. I'm going to keep sliding over. 6 goes into 0, 0? No. Slide over. 6 goes into 3? No. Well, how can that be that there's all zeros? Well, we want to break it down even further because this is a decimal of 300ths. So we want to break it down. Now, when we're dealing with decimals, when we get to a point where it can't divide, we can add as many zeros as we want. If we want to add 1, 2, 3, however many we need, we can add. So we're just going to add a couple, and I'll put a couple spaces here. So now we ask ourselves, couldn't go into 3, now we slide over, can it go into 30? Well, yeah, 6 can go into 30 5 times. 5 times 6 is 30, right? And we're done. We don't even need that other 0. So that would be our decimal number, 0.005 or 5 thousandths. That would be our decimal number. Let's do another one. Okay. Let's start with, and remember, you can follow your guideline of what we learned when we did whole numbers. The only difference is we're not going to have remainders. We're going to keep dividing it out, okay? Here's our next one. Okay, we want to see this is a whole number, so that works. We're going to slide our decimal up, put our blanks here. Okay. If we need to add zeros, I'm going to change my color. If we need to add zeros when we get further out, we'll add them. If not, we'll just leave it. So let's go through and look at it. 9 can go into 6 0 times. I'm going to do it the long way this way. Remember, divide. That's dad. Multiply. These are our steps. Remember when we're doing division. Multiply. After I divide, I multiply, I subtract. Okay, and then I bring down. You bring it down. And then you repeat. And remember when we did the longer division, we said dad, mom, sister, brother, rover, which means we just repeat the whole thing. So we're going to do that one. We're going to divide. 9 goes into 6, 0. Multiply. 9 times 0, 0. Subtract. Bring down. Okay, now we ask ourselves, how many times can 9 go into 68? So you have to think of your facts. 9 times 9 is 81. 9 times 2, 9 times 3. You have to kind of think through which one it would be. So I'm going to pause and let you think about it for just a second. Okay, so 9 times 7 is 63. So we do a division. 9 goes into 68 7 times. We multiply. 9 times 7. We put our answer here. We subtract. 3 from 8. Okay. 6 from 6 is 0. We're back to restart. Repeat again all the way back up here, right? We go through, we subtract, and now we bring down. Okay. 9 goes into 53. I want you to think about it for a minute. How many times? Okay, 9 times 6 is 54. So that's too much, so we're going to go down one. 9 times 5 is 45. Okay, so we multiplied 9 times 5, put our answer down. We subtract. Go ahead and borrow. And 9 and 5 from 13. And 4 from 4. Okay, so we've subtracted. We're here. Now we're going to bring down. We have that blank left still there. We haven't had to add any zeros. 9 goes into 81. 9 times what is 81? 9. 9 times 9, that's our multiplying, is 81. Subtract. Here's our subtraction. Bring down, but we don't need to bring anything down because we're at 0 now, so we're done. So that would be our answer. All right? You can always check your answers if you want to. You can multiply 9 times this decimal number, and you should get what's under the bridge because that's what we've multiplied. Those are the numbers we've multiplied to get to it. Okay? All right, let's try another one. This one's not on your sheet, and I'll just go ahead and erase, and I'll keep my little list over there. And we'll just pick a random one. Okay. So let's look at 12, a double digit like you have on the other paper. 12 divided into 24 point, let's do 24.3. Okay? All right. So first of all, we have a double digit here, but it's a whole number, so we're good. We're going to come and slide our decimal up and put our blanks in. We're going to add zeros if we need to as we go along, but we'll start our process first. So we'll divide. Can 12 go into 2? No. Some of you might want to put the 0, multiply, and put it there. You can do that. Multiply, subtract, which we did. Bring down the next number. 12 times what's 24? Well, if you know your 12s tables, you'll know it's 2. 12 times 2, there's our multiplying. 24, subtract, bring down. Okay, 12 goes into 3. It can't, so we're going to put a 0 here, but we can't leave the 3 by itself, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to add, I'm going to do it in a different color, we're going to add a 0. Okay, because we can add zeros onto decimals. Bring it down. And we ask ourselves, how many times can 12 go into 30? Now here's where you want to start doing some of your estimating when you've got double digits. Let's think of 12 as like 10. How many groups of 10 are in 30? Well, you know 3 times 10 is 30, so 3 groups. But we've got 12, a little bit more. So if we said 3, that might be a little bit too much. So we're going to come out down here to the side, and we're going to say 12 times 2. 2 times 2, 2 times 1. And that's going to be within our range, because any more would be a little bit too much, okay? So 12 goes into 30, and I'm going to come up here and make another blank, because I added that 0, 2 times. Subtract, right? Those of you don't forget, you've got to borrow. Oh, we're right back where we started, though. We've got another number. Well, I'm going to add another 0. So I'm not going to have a remainder. All right? Okay, and we say 12. 12 times what might be 60? Well, if I did 12 times 2 is 24. If I did 12 times 4, it would be double that, 48. 12 times 5, there we go, 12 times 5. It also ends in a 0, so 12 times something to get to 60 could possibly be 5, because remember our divisibility rules, so it could be 5. So 12 times 5 is 60, so I'm going to come up here, draw my blank, put my 5 up, because now we're at the multiply. 5 times 12 is 60. subtract, and now I'm at 0, so I don't need to add any more zeros here to drop down. I've got my full answer. Okay, so you need to go step by step, and remember, divide, that was our dad. Multiply, mom. Subtract, sister. Bring down, brother. Remember we had our little thing we remembered to help us? Repeat, Rover, our dog. Starts all over again. And you go step by step by step as you go along. Okay? All right, guys, I hope that helps you.